If part of your holiday tradition involves seeing a movie on Christmas Day or over the break, we have you covered this morning. Our film critic, Rad, is here. We're showcasing what's new and waiting for you at the box office. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's like we're going to grade 9 prom together. We like match and everything.
We're that corny couple. And
yeah.
like...
I want to know how you feel, first of all. I mean, I know how you feel about Nicole Kidman. But we're not here to talk about Eyes Wide Shut again. We're going to talk about Baby Girl.
I mean, like, we kind of have to talk about Eyes Wide Shut again because, A, first of all, Christmas movie.
That's right.
But also, this is Nicole Kidman returning to the erotic thriller 25 years after Eyes Wide Shut. So this movie, it's Baby Girl, also a Christmas movie, really hot and steamy movie where she's playing a CEO who's just thirsty, craving to be dominated, and gets into a scandalizing affair with a young intern. And look, this is a movie that is in conversation with the erotic thrillers that we miss from the past, like say Fatal Attraction, 9.5 Weeks.
Right.
You know, it's kind of bringing that back, but it's bringing that back with a more modern sensibility where it's very much engaged with like today's discourse. You know, it's say like this is about power games that are being played out in the boardroom and the bedroom, and within what's happening there, you get conversations about identity politics and AI and just what feminism is today. So it's the erotic thriller with a female gaze.
Interesting. Go ahead.
And I was going to say, it's one of my favorite movies of the year.
One of your favorite movies of the year.
It's so smart, so good.
Okay, this is high praise. Adrian Brody is back. This has got a really serious tone to it, this movie. I went to see the first part of this movie, The Brutalist.
The first part?
Well, because it's like long. There's an intermission, but man, can I tell you, it is incredible.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, this is the movie that all the Oscar betting sites has as like, this is the one that's going to win Best Picture at the Oscars. Yeah. Well, and the thing is, it's like, look, like this is a movie that's kind of built to be monumental and great. Like you mentioned, it's a 3.5-hour movie, complete with a 15-minute intermission and everything. And actually, it's about a Hungarian Holocaust survivor who arrives in America, is commissioned by a benefactor to build a monumental community center. Like part of it, what the story is it's about how the cycles of trauma and violence still follow him, still haunt him in his new country. So it's an immigration story like that. Thing is, this movie very much, I feel like it takes a lot of inspiration from The Master, which you know is my favorite movie of the 21st century, and I don't think it's as great as that. But at the same time, I'm totally here for this director, Brady Corbet, being so ambitious, following that influence, making a 3.5-hour epic with an intermission shot on VistaVision, which is the film format that Alfred Hitchcock used on North by Northwest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And the fact, you can actually see it in certain theaters projected on 70 millimeters. So I'm totally here for that kind of ambition.
That whole experience is good for you. All right, horror movies do not feel like a holiday fit, but you know, for some people, okay. Who might argue with Robert Eggers and how do I say the name of this
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
It's actually, this is actually kind of like him remaking a 100-year-old German expressionist classic. Robert Eggers, this is a filmmaker.
You and 2 other people have seen that, right?
Well, yeah, I studied this movie. But this, like, he's taking Nosferatu, the German expressionism. By the way, if you don't know German expressionism, you do know German expressionism because that's the film style with like crazy shadows, disorienting angles that inspired Tim Burton movies. Okay. So he's remaking that, but expanding it and adapting more from Bram Stoker's Dracula in the story. And here's the thing: he could come off as too much of a film fan in making a movie that's very much indebted to the kind of the classic, and the movie could come off a little ornamental. But I think it absolutely works because it's also. I mean, you saw how gorgeously thrilling it is, even when the man's eating the rat.
Yeah.
It's gorgeously thrilling, and Lily Rose Depp gives like a really passionate performance as the woman that craves pleasure, craves being dominated by Dracula.
Okay, let's try something a little palate cleansing, shall we? Timothée Chalamet has been getting a lot of buzz there's a lot of publicity around this movie for his performance as Bob Dylan. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, and he's getting a lot of like awards nominations, Critics' Choice, Golden Globes nominated for his performance because it's like, and I get it because the man, he's literally in there singing himself as singing Bob Dylan's classics.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I don't think there's enough in this movie to justify its existence because we've already had movies that kind of play with Bob Dylan's mystique, like I'm Not There and Rolling Thunder Review, the ones that really inhabit the kind of mystery around him.
Yeah.
This one is more of a conventional biopic that, like, you know, that kind of it's handsomely mounted, but doesn't really feel like it's telling us anything we don't already know about Bob Dylan.
You have given us such an array, such a great variety of movies to see on Christmas Day. Rad, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.